Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. Today I'm going to be making a cherry chutney. The cherries that I'm using for this cherry chutney are the sour cherries that I picked from my tree, and also I got quite a few sour cherries that my brother-in-law and sister-in-law had picked from their tree and gave them to me because they wanted to get some of the sour cherry jam. So I wanted to make some of this cherry chutney because I also had some apples. In this cherry chutney, you need 10 cups of sour cherries. And I took out a couple of bags of sour cherries last night, let them thaw out, and I put them through my food processor just to kind of roughly chop them. Now I'm adding 2 large apples, and what I did was I cut up 8 small apples to make up the difference. I have 1.5 cups of finely chopped red onion, so I'm putting all of that in here. I'm also making up a spice bag. So I'm using this reusable bag that I had purchased. I need 1 cinnamon stick broken up. Okay, and then I'll put that in my little spice bag. And I also need 4.5 tablespoons of whole allspice. It's funny, I just couldn't find this whole allspice anywhere, and now I've had 2 recipes that I've made that I've needed whole allspice. Yesterday I made the red pickled red onion. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. And I'm just going to grab that pickled red onion, and I just want to show you. Like, look at how nice that looks. I've got the allspice, there's the mustard seed, and then I have the bay leaf in there as well. I can't wait to try that. Okay, so I've got my little spice pouch. That goes in here. Then, so we'll pour in the cup of vinegar. And the 2 cloves of minced garlic. And this garlic press that I have, it's a Pampered Chef garlic press. I absolutely love it. I have had this garlic press for probably at least 20 years. And it has never let me down. Super easy to clean, and it works great. Oh, got some garlic there. Don't want to lose any of it. Okay, so 2 cloves of garlic. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then we want to bring to a boil over medium-high heat. mix this up. I'll get it all mixed up and then I'll stick my bag in here. And this recipe is supposed to do, I think it was 1 cup. I need to tie this. I see how this, I'm just gonna tie it in a bow so that I can untie it easy enough. But it's gonna open and then I'm gonna have all my allspice all over the place. So I'm just gonna push that down in there. Get this down, stir it up, bring to a boil. And once I bring it to a boil, so bring to a boil over medium-high heat and boil hard, stirring frequently for 20 minutes. So I will let this get to a boil, and then when I'm almost at the end of the 20 minutes, then we'll come back and I'll show you what we're doing next. My timer should be going any second. I feel like I've boiled all the red right out of the cherries. Now they're like a peachy color. But it smells really good. So far, those spices in there really enhance the smell that are in that spice bag. Okay, there's my timer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm adding a cup of brown sugar, and I'm going to dissolve that in. And then I have to turn my heat down so that it is simmering. And then it's just going to boil gently for another 20 minutes. So, and I have to keep stirring it. And how I want the consistency, it says to be is thick enough that when you mound it on a spoon, like this is definitely too runny right now, but after another 20 minutes of a gentle boil, which I think that should be good right there, I'm gonna set my timer for 20 minutes again. And then once my timer goes, I've already got my steam bath canner on the go. I think, oh yeah, it's ready to go. I've got my jars in hot water, and I also have my lids in really hot water as well. Just waiting. There's my timer. Now we are going to add 1.5 cups of raisins. There's 1 cup. Just a little bit more. And 1/2 cup. We're going to stir this in as well. So add raisins, return to a boil, stirring constantly. It smells amazing. I love that spicy smell, and with the cherries. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. Okay, so I need to remove this spice bag out. And just like I did the last time, I just empty out the contents. then I just wash this bag and I can reuse it. So I'm just going to leave it on my spoon rest. I figured I wanted to have some different decorative jars, and if I decide if I really like this, I might want to give some away as gifts come Christmas time. So it said this did 6 half pints, I think, 1 cup jars. These ones here are a smaller gem jar. So it's just over a cup on these ones. I'm really liking the color of this. And then I've got some even smaller jars here, just in case I don't have like quite enough to fill a bigger jar, then I can put them in these smaller jars. And they're like a half a cup is the measurement on those. Okay, and then these littler ones. This is the 1 cup. That might be a little too full. That's a little full. You want to have about a 1/2 inch space. There we go, that's better. And then I'll be sure to wipe the rim. I won't put quite as much in that one. And I've got this really super short squatty one. This might be a little much in it. I'll put it in the little one. Well, I might have too much, even for what I have here. We'll have to see. That one's so short and squatty. Let's just see what I got there. Well, I could probably add just a little tiny bit more. Yeah, I ended up finding a little bit taller of a jar, so now I'm just going to wipe these rims with a hot wet cloth to get off any stickiness that there might be. Okay, and then we'll get my lids. Two more, and then the rings, and just finger tight. I love this short little squatty one. Okay. Lift it so it goes to the back. Put our jars in. There we go, and we have to put this on for 10 minutes. I figured, well, I'll just wait the 5 minutes. Then we'll remove the jars onto my towel here. It looks really pretty though. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. Okay, so that is my cherry chutney. Now I want to take you outside. Just want to show you, I picked my cabbages out of the garden. So this one here, that's the Lenox cabbage. And then these two here are the Savoy cabbage. And I ended up picking that little tiny head of cauliflower. I also picked these 5 small cobs of corn. I brought these 5 flannel sheets out to my garden shed because tonight it's supposed to get down to -1, and I plan on using these to put over top of my panels to be able to cover my tomatoes and protect them, because after tonight when it goes down to -1, the other low time temperature, I think it's on Thursday, it's going to be 1 degree. Last night it went to 0 and nothing froze, so I should be okay. I'm just going to store these in my shed until tonight, and then I will bring you out to show you what I'm going to be doing with that. So I've pulled all the cabbages out of this bed, mounded the dirt back up. I will be adding more compost and dirt because this bed here has definitely needs more dirt on this bed. This is the bed where I have my potatoes, so we're not ready to be digging these out. We still got lots of time for that. And then I cleared out this bed and mounded the dirt up all the way along, and then in the back here we can put the bark mulch that we have, and we can put it all along the back where that cardboard is now that I've emptied out this bed. So it feels good to get these things done, and we'll come back tonight and cover up those tomato plants. So I was gonna come out here and cover all my tomato plants, but it looks like I'm getting a reprieve for tonight. It's not going to get to -1 tonight. It's actually only going to get to about 6 degrees as a low tonight. So I just wanted to make sure that I closed off for tonight, and I'm glad that I don't have to cover my tomatoes. I will keep my sheets in the garden shed and just keep a watch out for. It was saying as the high and then the low that it's going to be -1, but as I was scrolling through for each hour, it wasn't going to get to -1. So yeah, I don't have to cover up my tomatoes or my peppers. I was going to be covering up everything, and I was even going to cover up my eggplant. So I don't know if you can see here, but down underneath Like I had flowers here. Well, I've got these little tiny eggplants coming in. There's one there. Look at how cute that is. And then I have another one on this side. Isn't that so cute? I don't know if you can, maybe you can't even see it. Give me a sec. Right there. So cute. So I was gonna cover up. I brought a pillowcase. And I'm just trying to get the most out of my garden. So I was going to cover it up with a pillowcase. I was going to I have some bamboo stakes. I was going to put one on each side of my eggplant and then put the flannelette pillowcase over top of it, but I don't have to do that. Yeah. So I don't have to cover anything up tonight, but I will keep an eye on the forecast. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.